Sup, pony people? Alright, but before we get to that, I need to vent a bit. To rant. If you don't want to hear this, don't worry. It's just about being spoiled, that's all. If you don't want to hear this, just skip to the reaction. I'll put a timestamp somewhere here. But seriously, this next episode I have been spoiled for. It's partly my fault, partly YouTube's fault. Here's the kicker. I was just browsing around, looking for my favorite channel reactor, or my favorite reactors to the show, just wanting to see some of their reactions to season 7, because that was awesome. And then all of a sudden, YouTube decides to go and post a spoiler thumbnail right smack dab in the middle of my recommended page. And you can't click the little X that says not interested, because you really are interested in the ponies, but because it's a spoiler, you don't want to look at it anyway. But then your brain and eyes automatically dart right to it, like it's just the boldest thing on the page, and you're like, what happened in that episode? What's going to happen? What's going on? And it drives your brain crazy, because then you can't stop thinking about it for a while, no matter what else you end up going about doing in your day. And then you end up overanalyzing and trying to figure out how that fits in with the rest of what's canon, and then your brain just can't stop thinking about it. So then when you finally get to the episode in which you know it actually happens, it drives you mad, and it just makes you frustrated, because you want to give your viewers the best reaction possible, but all of a sudden you accidentally spoiled yourself. But you can't not look on the internet for who knows how long, because that's your primary form of communication between some of your friends in real life or your classmates, and that's the primary form of how you can go about doing your normal stuff in life. So it's not like you can completely ignore the internet, but at the same time, you can't look at it because you'll get spoiled. Ah! Okay, that being said, I was spoiled on this next episode. Season 8, Episode 11, Molt Down. Yep, I was majorly spoiled on this episode. Now, don't worry, this won't detract anything from my from my enjoyment of the episode itself. It more just triggers me about YouTube's silly system. Is it that hard to implement a system with that checks, oh, they don't have any liked videos of season 8 of that particular season 8 episode in their liked videos playlist? Maybe I shouldn't recommend it. It's not that hard. Like, it's just programming, right? Like, come on, YouTube. That being said, I am glad YouTube allows me to connect with you guys. So while it frustrates me to no end at times, we're here. What can I do about it? It's awesome and it's terrible at the same time. That being said, what have I been spoiled on about this episode? I've been spoiled that somehow Spike gets wings. That's awesome. And I'm glad we're having a Spike episode, because Spike hasn't had an episode yet this season, and it's about that time when he gets an episode. I'm just upset for me, because, well, reacting blindly to it would have been really pretty awesome. But no, YouTube had to go and ruin it. I mean, think of it in this analogy. Say there's this awesome song floating about in the universe somewhere. Your friend discovers it and tells you about how awesome it is, but they don't spoil it for you. They don't ruin anything. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna have to go check out that song at some point. So then life kind of throws some curveballs at you, and you end up in a messy situation. You haven't had time to go and listen to that song. Well, suddenly that song kicks off in popularity and is at like the top of the charts or who knows whatever. And then all of a sudden you're hearing it everywhere. And you don't want to listen to it because you don't want to be spoiled as to how awesome that song is. But at the same time, your brain and ears automatically lock directly onto that song. And so you hear this particular section that you really, really enjoyed, but you don't want to hear it at the same time. And so it just drives you crazy for the rest of the day. And then, okay, for classically trained musicians, here's how it goes. I play a dissonant chord. Boom, there it is. Dun, dun, dun. No, not that. Right there. I'm going to put a sound file in here to explain this point. What does your brain immediately want? It wants that chord to resolve, right? Well, that's how a spoiler is to a blind reactor. It's just that dissonant chord, no resolution, it's just plop, there it is. Boom. Now, outside the context of whatever song that happens to be, your brain automatically wants to figure out what that song's going to do to resolve that chord. Or if the composer was intentionally not resolving it. That also happens. But, yeah. It's like that. Give me a break, YouTube. Okay. Ranting aside, I look forward to a Spike episode. And I'm curious how this is going to happen. That doesn't detract from my enjoyment of the episode. That won't automatically lower my enjoyment of the episode or the rating I give the episode. The only thing it really hurts is you guys. And for that, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been browsing YouTube like that when I know I could have been reacting to the episode and avoiding the spoilers. But at the same time, I don't know exactly the story. I don't know exactly who says what and what said. So I still don't know everything about the episode, so it should be a good one. Okay. Just needed to get that off. I've also been spoiled on another episode for Season 8. I've been spoiled that Queen Chrysalis returns in episode 13. But you know what? That's not as big of a spoiler as I would give it credit for, because after looking at the title, it makes sense. But don't worry, the second half of the season, I know most nothing about. Sure, I've seen some thumbnails that spoil maybe a new character design. But that doesn't tell me anything about what that character likes, how they act, how they behave, what their personality is like, what they're doing in the story, how they create a conflict and or resolve it, and what their role is in the show. That tells me nothing about that. I just know what they look like. Which, that's a fine spoiler. That sort of thing's okay. I don't like it, but it's better than being flat out spoiled on on part of the plot. So don't worry, once I get to the second half of the season, it should be mostly genuinely blind. That being said, let's watch episode 11, Molt Down. And we've got Spike and Rarity in the thumbnail on my computer. So, that's kind of obvious. What's going to happen to poor Spike? Let's find out. Outside of getting wings, I guess. Spike and Rarity. Right off the bat, that makes sense.
I appreciate you showing me the way to the Phoenix Nest, Spike.
Ooh, the Phoenix Nest.
For you, Rarity.
Oh!
Besides, I've been meaning to visit Pee-wee.
You've been meaning to visit Pee-wee? Oh, that's awesome!
Excellent pet. Can't imagine why you set him free.
Well, he needed to go back
Phoenixes
to his
aren't meant to be
family.
domesticated.
Yeah.
Even in the wild, they like to keep to themselves.
Well, they are beautiful. A few of their feathers will add just the right splash of color to my native. Spike! What are you doing?
Nothing.
What
Is there
are you
something wrong
doing,
with your
Spike?
face?
I guess there is.
It's a stone scale.
A
It isn't
stone
magic or
scale?
anything like the call of the Dragon Lord. It's just red and itchy and embarrassing.
Interesting.
Ooh, precious pants. That does look uncomfortable. But even I get the odd blemish from time to time. It's not to be embarrassed by.
Yep.
You could pay Zecora a visit. She makes
I
a cream
mean,
that works
that's
wonders.
true.
Just don't get the shampoo.
Continuity all over the place. Aww. Phoenixes are so cool.
Aren't you Pee-wee?
Uh-oh.
Maybe he moved out. Every pony has to leave the nest.
Oh. Whoa, is that him?
Pee-wee!
Awesome. Aww.
Ouch!
Ouch, indeed.
Perhaps you should pay Zecora a visit sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that does
I don't
look
want
kind of
anyone else to
painful.
see this. Besides, I'm sure it'll clear up after a good night's sleep.
I guess we'll find out. So Spike snores.
I can't believe you're still asleep.
Just 5 more minutes.
Oh, Trey.
It's nearly noon and you promised to help me with my lecture for class today.
Oh.
Whoa! I slept like a rock. Which reminds me, all that sleep probably cleared up my stone scale.
Or not.
On second thought, you can go back to sleep if you want.
Yikes. Hmm. Well, this is gonna get interesting. To be fair though, Spike, sometimes I sleep that long too. And I don't have the problem you're having right now. So, but you know, that's because I'm a night owl and I stay up real late and enjoy doing things late at night. My creativity goes wild. It's great. Anyway, I'm glad we saw Pee-wee again. That's some continuity from a long time ago. Jeez. Last time we heard of her wasn't her or him. I don't think we've ever known which is which. Anyway, that was back in season 2, so...
Spike, what are you doing?
Hiding from my hideous face.
I'm sure
Oh.
it feels terrible, but it's just a breakout. It's not the end of the world.
That's easy for you to say. Your face isn't covered in itchy red spots.
I mean,
I
true.
used to get terrible breakouts. Anytime
Really?
I had a final exam with Celestia,
Huh.
who probably never had a blemish her whole life.
Oh,
I'm not a
okay, I wouldn't have
No,
assumed
but
that.
these things can be stress-related, and you did
Oh.
spend yesterday with Rarity.
What could possibly be stressful about that?
You could try Zecora. She makes a cream that...
Works wonders, I've heard.
I mean, you might as well go and try that.
But I'm not leaving the castle until my face is back to its adorable self.
Fine.
Ouch.
But you're still gonna
That
help
does
me
look pretty
practice my
painful.
lecture. Ahem. The element of generosity and its importance in relation to the other elements of harmony...
Whoa! What the heck was that, Spike?
My lecture!
I don't know what happened. I just had a sudden case of...
Yeah, you might want to escape, try.
indigestion.
So that's what an equestrian
I'm so
fire
sorry.
extinguisher looks like, huh?
Ooh, that's okay. I'm sure I can rewrite the lecture from my notes. I have a lot.
Fair,
I
try.
can help
You
you
do
with-
that. No, no, no.
Maybe you should
Probably-
leave the castle after all, and go
Yeah.
somewhere less flammable?
Yeah. Maybe Spike hit puberty. That's possible. That's probably what it is.
Hey there, not handsome.
Oh, Spike!
Uh-oh.
My, what a fetching ensemble you put together. Very noir-esque.
Noir-esque.
Heavily
Lol.
Shadow Spade herself would approve.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking it off.
What? Oh, What?
Sorry.
What?
I have to speak up. My ears are a little bit clogged or something. It's just that I absolutely must have a model for my phoenix feather dress, and no clothes
Model?
is available.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, Rarity, but I am super busy all day giving tours of the school.
Really?
Uh-oh.
I was giving tours today.
Uh-oh. Pinky. Oh no! And now Pinky ran off. Oh dear. See, Spike? This is what happens when you're not honest.
Dorms are that way. Twilight's office is up there. This is a fountain.
This is a fountain.
Could you slow down a bit? We've come a long way to see the school, and I don't want to miss anything.
Oh,
Yeah, it does look like they're from Manhattan.
sorry.
Is something wrong?
What? Why? No.
Goodness, Spike.
Do all the dragons at this school suffer from scale issues?
I don't know.
What?
Oh! His voice is changing too, dang.
I'm sorry, did you say fireworks show?
Fireworks show?
I don't know.
Wow. This might get awkward for poor Spike. Huh. In the library,
This
and...
is a school library. It's one of the most serene spots on campus.
Not when you're yelling about it, Spike.
What?
Could you please stop shouting? We're trying to do our homework, and it's kind of distracting.
Was I shouting?
Alright, you kind of did. Yeah.
Goodness. Dragon puberty must be so complicated. Yeah, I bet Smolder knows what's up. She's probably gone through something similar.
If you're trying to hide, you need to do a better job. All I had to do was follow the smoke.
Oof. Goodness.
Leave me alone. What? Leave me alone. I can't Was that sleeves made of foam? Leave me alone!
Goodness.
Wow! I have seen some pretty bad molts in my time. but
Molts?
Yours takes the
Okay.
cake.
Molts?
The molt, super painful stone scales, fire burps, uncontrollable volume shifts. It's all part of growing up dragon.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sorry.
Well, at least Spike's growing up, finally. It only took 8 seasons, you know.
No. The last time I grew up, I turned into a giant greedy monster.
Greed-induced bigness. That's totally different. The molt is completely normal.
Ah,
Every dragon
okay.
goes through it. Pretty soon you'll leave and strike out on your own.
Why would I do that?
Have you been living with ponies your whole life?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Well, in the Dragonlands, a molter's loved ones kicks them out at the first stone scale.
What? Why?
I think it's biological. We call it the molt effect.
The
I haven't even
molt
told
effect?
you about the smell.
Smell? Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I love my brother and all, but one whiff and I was all, see ya! Speaking of which...
Wait! Does the molt effect happen to ponies too? Twilight already asked me to leave the castle today. If she kicks
Oh,
me
no.
out, where am I gonna live?
Well, I
Too
mean,
young to grow up.
no, you're
I'm sure
not.
we'll find a
You
nice
could just temporarily
forest
move
gems
out
to guard or
until
a
you're
village to
better.
terrorize. Oh, now that dragons and ponies are friends, I guess that's off the table.
So,
Well, yeah.
no creature's gonna want to be around me?
Oh, I
Mm,
didn't say that. That mold stench is a magnet for predators. Tattleworms, hydras, rocks.
ooh, that's not good.
Dragons are scared of rocks?
R-O-C-S.
Oh.
Rocks. Humongous birds of prey that can snack on a molting dragon like candy.
Oh, dang.
So,
Where do
Twilight's
those
kicking me out, and
exist?
the only creatures who don't find me disgusting want to eat me?
Seriously, I heard none of that.
Twilight's kicking me out, and the only creatures who don't find me disgusting want to eat me?
Hey! Is this the shouting closet? Because I've got a free day and I'm totally up for
Wow, Pinky.
Also, where's that Brussels sprouts covered in cotton candy smell coming from?
Brussels sprouts covered in cotton candy.
Interesting.
Wow. Oof. Don't worry, Spike. We've
I
all
don't know
gone
where
through
else to go.
puberty.
I can't take the chance that Twilight will kick me out.
At least you finally
You're
went to
not gonna
Sakura.
let Molt effects, are you?
When it comes to breakouts, I've seen all circumstances. But as for the mold smell, let's not take any chances.
Good idea.
Is there anything you can do to cure me?
The ailments you have aren't something to cure. The mold's
Yeah.
a condition that dragons endure.
Yeah, pretty
But if
much.
any pony sees or smells me right now, they'll be so grossed out they'll avoid me forever.
Perhaps we can lessen this strange mold effect. The smell is the most likely cause, I suspect.
It's all so embarrassing.
I know you are speaking, but I can't hear a thing. Are you talking
That's
about
difficult.
teaching asparagus to sing?
Asparagus to sing. Lol.
If the goal is to not have your friends all depart, perhaps your volume is where we should start.
I mean,
Oh
fair.
no.
Nice use of that, Sakura.
Hello? Are you there?
I can't let Rarity see me like this! Please don't let her know I'm here!
Oh dear! I'm talking even louder than I thought, aren't I?
I have volume concerns today by the scores. But it seems that I'm ready to help you with yours.
Yeah.
I'm sorry? I can't seem to hear anything. I was hoping you could help.
Why can't she hear anything?
What
Does she have a clogged
happened?
ear as
One
well?
minute I was
Lol.
sewing phoenix feathers onto a dress, and the next I couldn't hear my own voice.
What?
Ah,
That's
feathers
interesting.
Of that bird can affect pony's ears. It's
Really?
a magic ailment I've treated for years.
Huh.
I only know you're talking because your mouth is going up and down. Oh, goodness. I hope that incredibly pungent odor belongs to some sort of magical curative. I hope you are not busy, but I must have my hearing back. It turns out that I talk to myself while I sew, and without that conversation, I can't
Lol.
It's a
That's
simple
pretty
cure,
huge.
And the directions are clear. Just
Oh.
1 or 2 drops in each of your ears.
Oh, thank you. You're an ear saver. Oh, and while I am here, do you have any blemish cream?
Blemish
I'm
cream.
having some scale issues. You have no idea.
Wow,
I
Spike.
heard something. Your cure is working.
Oh,
The
wow.
cream that you want is just over here. It's a popular potion for all creatures this year.
Oh, thank you, Zakora.
Well, poor Spike. I wonder how long it's gonna take him to finish molting.
Could use an airing out.
Oh my goodness.
Rarity's gone. There's no need to hide. Though I wonder if we should continue outside.
Yeah, probably
Can't
best.
treat your symptoms down there on the ground. It's safe to come out. There's no ponies around.
I'm not hiding from ponies. I'm hiding from that!
What the heck? Oh dear. Well, that's probably one of the birds of prey that Smolder was talking about.
Did I
Yikes!
forget to mention the Molt smell attracts predators?
That's something that would have been quite nice to know, but it's not worth discussing right now. We should go.
Yeah, no kidding. Run! Or, you know, fight it with your fire or something. Well, this just got escalated quickly.
Get it away while you get help!
Escalated like flying quickly.
This way, Birdie Bird! Molting dragon over here! Okay, maybe this wasn't a good plan.
You can't
Yeah, it
hide
really
in a
isn't.
tree. You have to come down. We stand a much better chance on the ground.
It's true.
Zakora! Bring her back!
Oh, whoa, now what's going on? Whoa, that was fast,
What are you
Spike.
doing here?
Rarity, you have to get out of here. There's a giant rock trying to eat me. It's got Zakora.
Yes. What? Yeah, I was just at Zakora's, but I'm heading back. I can't read these instructions.
You
Does
can't
this
read
say
these
2 drops
instructions.
once a day or 1 drop twice a day?
Oh, brother. Rarity, just use them all.
We have to get help.
Yes, my ears are completely closed.
Oh, gosh. Poor Rarity.
Your still scales look worse. Oh, here, I picked up just the thing. Ah!
Uh-oh. Oh, gosh.
Oh, I wish you'd escaped either claw of this bird, but the both of us trapped in the same one's absurd.
Oh, gosh.
Let my ponies go!
Yeah, come on, Spike. Show that bird who's boss. Somehow. Yeah, that'll do it. Temporarily. I mean, at least you escaped, but, how do you save your ponies now? Well, at least that felt good. Sort of. Okay, so the red glowing.
Spike, what are you doing? If my stone scales didn't itch so much, and we weren't in immediate danger, this would be really embarrassing. Danger?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good move, Twy.
Well, I was headed to Zakora's to get some cream for your scales. I had no idea you were...
About to be eaten by a giant predator attracted to my molt smell?
Molt smell? Was
Twy,
that
just
Oh,
weird?
shoot a beam at it. Come on.
I tried to save them, but it's all I can do to stop scratching long enough to dive out of the way when that bird attacks.
Yeah, go, Twy. Yeah, do that. Oh, yeah. Gotta love seeing Twy go boom, boom. But, oh dear.
Creature, but it doesn't get any easier.
I mean, that's true. Come on, Twy. You gotta be able to do something. Well, that's
Finally.
slightly better.
I didn't think that itching would ever stop.
What the hey? Well, now you're getting encased in some sort of molt skin. Well, that's gonna be interesting.
Spike, I can't move.
Wow. That escalated quickly. Twilight's just zapping the bird in the meantime. Twy, you need to practice amplifying your magical laser blasts. Because I think they're pretty weak compared to Starlight's.
What just
Although Starlight's wasn't effective against another one
did
anyway.
I just sprout wings?
Woo! Yeah!
I just sprouted wings!
Whoa! Well, now you better help him out. Go help Twy, because you've got wings now. Might as well. There you go.
I've got to help them.
He's gonna have to practice. Yeah, that's gonna take some practice for sure. Oof. Wow. Come on, Spike.
Whoops.
Yep, overshot. That's okay.
Spike, how did you get wings?
Oh, but they're pretty awesome.
Well, at least you can double help Twy now, because you've also got wings, so...
Do you think you can fly up and distract him while I work on freeing Zakora and Rarity?
Yeah. Yeah!
Hey, giant chicken! If you like dragons so much, come and get me!
Giant chicken. Oh, yeah, you go, Spike.
Greetings.
Yeah, burn that bird's face. Whew. Well, that was quite an adventure.
The Molt produced surprising things, but I'm glad that the last was a new pair of wings.
Yeah.
Yes, and also I'm glad you've got wings! This is amazing! I didn't know if
Rarity.
you'd ever get wings. I'm so happy for you.
Alright,
Does it have something to do with this molt you were talking about?
It's what's been going on with me. The breakout, the fire burps. The molt is when dragons get older and start to change. I wish I could stop it, but I can't. I should
but-
go.
Aw, but Spike.
Go? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it
In the
stopped for now.
Dragonlands, families make molters leave home. It's called the molt effect.
Well, this isn't the Dragonlands, and molt effect or no, I don't want you going anywhere.
Alright.
But I'm growing
yeah.
up. What if something even worse happens?
You're supposed to grow up, but you'll always be you.
Alright.
And whatever
Yes.
happens, we'll get through it together.
Right, because that's friendship. And family.
Yeah! Look at me! Let's go home!
I don't need to carry you.
Yeah,
anymore.
it's true.
Why? You have wings.
They are new, and I don't want to overdo it.
But if you don't practice, you won't get better. Spike.
I
Well,
can't believe
that was
you
interesting.
thought any of us would send you away because of some silly molt effect. Even if the symptoms were slightly unsettling, and let's face it, the odor wasn't pleasant. No pony would stop caring for you just because you were getting older. Every pony goes through changes. Sometimes change can be wonderful. Like being able to model for any length of dress.
Wow, Rarity.
I'm glad to help, Rarity. But don't you think there's wonderful things about flying that don't involve dresses?
Of course, darling. Flying will also be beneficial for you to help
Do
with
you really?
gowns, frocks, robes, shifts, skirts, minis, manties.
Yep. To Rarity. Okay. Well, that just happened. That was actually a clever metaphor for puberty, too. Because that's never pleasant either. Gets difficult, gets awkward, gets frustrating, gets nasty. That's pretty clever, writers. That's pretty clever. See, I told you that spoiler wouldn't affect my enjoyment of the episode at all, but wow. I didn't know the rest of those side effects would happen. Poor Spike. Jeez. Also, apparently, ponies can get a case of bad ear clogging from dealing with phoenix feathers. That's interesting. Very interesting. Well, that was a pretty great episode. I have watched my 3 for today, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Right, everypony? Alright. Leave a like, comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun jazz. And I will see you all later.